What's the best way to boost your metabolism? This is something else you'll see on social media and the internet, people talking about ways to boost your metabolism. And assuming they mean metabolism to mean your basal metabolic rate, your body's energy requirements at rest, by far the easiest way to increase that, so to increase the amount of energy your body needs at rest, is to make it bigger. And by far the easiest way to do that is to gain fat. So actually, the best way to boost your metabolism is to eat in a calorie surplus, to overeat if you will, and gain body fat. Because that will mean that your body requires more energy at rest, which is what your metabolism is. Now, I assume most people don't want to do that. So what else can we do to change our BMR? The next thing will be to change the composition of that weight to reduce body fat and increase lean mass. Again, it's not a massively high return on investment activity. The amount of effort that goes into building lean muscle versus the benefit it gives in terms of using a few dozen more calories per day means it's probably not worthwhile. If we want to gain lean muscle mass for other reasons, to increase strength, to protect injuries, to look good on the beach or in the bedroom, then that's fantastic. Gaining muscle so that we can eat a handful more calories per day probably isn't worthwhile for most people. Outside of that, the differences in our metabolism when corrected for variations in height, weight, body composition, etc., are so minimal and we have so little control over them that I wouldn't even give them any concern. The best thing is to concentrate on creating that deficit, whatever our basal metabolic rate and metabolism is. It's only going to be plus or minus a number of dozen calories different from what we could get it to realistically. And the effort to change that is infinitely more than the effort that will go into changing what we eat by a couple of dozen calories or potentially more.